The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Morning, fellas. Guys, very good morning. Tony, good morning. Guys, it is Monday, October 26th. Mimi, very good morning to you. And guys, we are coming into the session down. Currently, Dow futures are down 286, S&P futures are off 33, and the NASDAQ futures are off 90. Russell's off 21. Russell's the leader to the downside, down 1.3%. Tony, good morning. DAX is off 300 plus, down 2 and almost 4/10. DAX is getting hit. VIX futures are up 2%, a little over 2%. VIX cash is up 8%. We are obviously within a week or so, and of the election, and I would expect for volatility to increase. You guys are here for the week on trial. Good morning and welcome to the room. I will wait a little bit. We have 3 trials that haven't logged in yet or signed up. So I'll wait a bit before I go over the room. Good morning, Jim. Kate, good morning. Welcome back. So I'll wait a little bit, guys, before I go over the specifics of the room and what you can expect for your week here. Currently, guys, I have on the usual suspects. Let me get my silver chart on. Dollar's bouncing a bit. Silver feigning like it wants a long, but I'm not digging that long. Hey, David. Good morning. Let's see here. Left the bots running on sim overnight. Hit stop limit. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's because you're using your Patrick, good morning. Chuck, good morning. You must have a daily draw in there, David. So what you'll have to do is either raise that daily draw. So for instance, if you had a $500 daily draw and it hit 500, the bot shut off. And if you try to turn them back on, they'll shut off again. So you have to raise that draw or shut that aspect off. Now, without getting into gold, looks like it's a short here, fellas, 05 at 05. Without getting into too much education at this point, David, there are opportune times to run the bot, and there are times that make no sense to run the bot. So for instance, I don't know, when you say you ran them overnight, I'm not sure what that means. But if you're trading between roughly 10 p.m. Eastern and 3 a.m. Eastern, you're probably going to find there's very little movement sideways to up and down. There's just no movement. So I'm not sure when you're running them overnight, but it is not opportunistic to be running them at certain hours. For instance, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you may not want to run them. I don't know. The best times to run, listen, the best times, and this is for all the newer guys, the best times to run the robots are when there's volatility and movement, which would, kind of coordinate or correlate to markets that are open. The Globex session, overnight session, is generally slow. Gold will have some movement or has more movement in that session because of Asia. But the indices, sometimes yes, sometimes no. It's not a great time to trade. 3 a.m. to 5 in the morning Eastern, 5:30 maybe, with the European session. And then you may want to look at the euro in that session and the pound in that session as well, right? Because they trade generally better in that session than ours. In any event, guys, we're here. We'll see what we can come up with today. Anybody short gold at 05? A little bit of support right here, but if 045 breaks, it's coming to 031. Anybody take that short? Good morning, Stephen. Anybody take that short on gold? My gold bots are on. Okay, Jim. My gold bots are on. Good morning, Stefano. All right, guys. So we have a short in gold. I'll show you the bot in a second here. Honestly, not sure which one shorted. The 377 or the 3 minute. I almost think it's the 3 minute. I'm going to show them both. I'm not sure which one shorted. I almost think it's the 3 minute because the candle's closed. So I'll move that. Once again, for my trials, good morning, Kath. For my trials, I will go over the room in a bit. I've got 3 members that, or 3 trials that haven't logged in yet. Let me see if they're in. Yep. Okay, so Angela's in. 1 is in. I'm waiting on 2 others. Let me see if yeah, Roland's in. So I'm waiting on 1. Good morning, Chris. Guys, I hope you all had a good weekend. Dollar index has some bid. While I'm sitting here and being as I'm just waiting on 1 trial, I'm going to go over for my trials the room. Most of you have signed up to see our robot, which is really the focus of the room. So there's 2 aspects of our trade room. The first and foremost is a fully automated trading robot, which you see in front of you, right? It's now in a gold short. And this robot is unique in that it is predicated on a multiple or multi-time frame analysis of moving averages. It is a fully automated system, will execute longs and shorts as parameters are met. It will auto set targets and stops based on current market volatility. We're using average true range to identify those stops and targets. It will auto trail, auto break even, etc. It's a fully automated system. And as bot trades transpire throughout the week, day and week, I will show those trades. I do trade instruments on several different time frames. So the NASDAQ, for instance, on a couple of time frames, and all it does is increase our ability to generate trades, opposed to trading them, say, on just 1 time frame or 1 chart. Okay. The second aspect of the room is order flow. And I will show the order flow indicator a little bit. But I offer order flow trades in conjunction with robot trades. So for instance, the robot took the short at 04.5. I saw the trade at 5 based on order flow. So I saw the trade 5 ticks ahead of the robot. Now it's a slower market, and anyone that can read order flow or has a basic understanding of order flow would have probably seen it as well at about 05. So for those of you that may be in gold, we're obviously sitting on 1 standard deviation, basically stuck. We should work down to 03 area. Gold currently has a little over 1,000 buyers, although we do have right now the dollar index is bid. NASDAQ 858 net buyers. So we're trying to push down. Yes, that is correct, Chuck. Yeah, which is what I've done. I shut the 377 tick off. I didn't shut the 15-minute off on gold merely because it's nowhere near taking a trade. We should get that first target, guys. It's only 11 ticks. It may have hit it. It did. So gold hit first target to the tick. We obviously didn't get a pass through. This is kind of a peeve of mine. We do have small sellers in here. You guys may want to take some ticks. You may want to take some risk off. So for instance, I took 2 off. Why do I do that? We hit target. We hit target. I didn't get a fill. Now my bot here is set for break even +1. That will probably go up and take me out. That's an auto setting on the robot. The auto trail would actually be at 6.3. The probabilities are we should get down to 0.3. If we break through 0.3, gold can get trampled. But from 0.5, where I gave it verbally, to 0.34, not a bad trade. 16 ticks. Again, I would expect this to pop up and take me out. Yeah, so it's out. Couple of ticks. If any of my trials have questions throughout the week, please feel free to ask. As I mentioned, order flow. This is my order flow. NASDAQ's coming down quickly. And we do have an automated, we're into the 95. So for my order flow, guys, what do we expect? Let's see what happens. We're down, technically oversold, right? We held the 95. I would expect that to hold. One of the aspects that I'll show throughout the week on order flow is we have an automated aspect of our order flow, which is predicated on buyer and seller imbalances, which is unique to our order flow. Here's gold. Gold's coming down to VWAP, fellas. If anybody is still holding gold from 05, this is looking like it wants to come down to VWAP. The likelihood of a stimulus deal this week is probably nil, or very close to it. The bot moved the stop to break even +1. Yes. Yep. Okay. Yeah, of course. Is there a bot setting that you can change the ATR? Yeah, you can change the ATR. We're using a default. No, that's all right. I mean, listen, you can turn them on now. This, if nothing else, this is just a retracement. That's all it is. It doesn't mean that your trade is invalid. This is just a retracement, right? Price moves in waves. Price rarely moves directionally up and down, barring news or some event. Even in a down market, price will retrace 30, 40, 50 handles at times, right? It's the only way that institutions can load up, guys. Institutions cannot sell on the way down. They sell on the move up. They buy on the way down. It's a big week, guys. We got a ton of earnings this week. Hey, Greg, good morning. GC, yes, GC is on. 6E is on. I changed the 6B to natural gas. Not enough trades for me on 6B. All I did was change the instrument, nothing in the settings. So I'm no longer watching the 6B. Silver and ZB, correct. And then at 9 o'clock or so, I'll turn crude on. And there's our 64 target. So now, for my order flow, guys, who saw that trade? Who saw that trade? I told you, it's a long. First target is 64. Now what has to happen? Yeah, we'll probably pull back a bit off that. Agreed. Mimi, I'm just using the same settings I was using on the pound. Nothing changed, just the instrument. Yep. Now we have to come up through 65. If we can move through 65, any of my order flow guys long? Okay, Brian. No, we're going to retrace here at the 68. That's our resistance, right? Now, if we come through 65 here, what do we expect? I mean, theoretically, we could trade back to 94. I don't think so. But I would agree with you on your analysis, Stephen. I would probably say, yeah, somewhere up in here, 71, 72 would be the next logical target through 65. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot higher than this 76. But again, some of these trades are going to start out as small trades, right? We're buying off the bottom. This is why breakout traders get crunched, because they want to sell this down move. They see the sellers on the bottom. They go in with the sellers here at the bottom. And then they get the retracement. Then they get stopped out. Wouldn't shock me to come right back down to 56. So, Tony, you're in a short on that high probability. You got your short up here at 61, came all the way down to 52, bounced back up. We could bounce all the way back up here to 68. It's still a valid trade. I'm not saying it's going to. Yeah, Chuck, they're just the 15-minute time frames that I'm trading are the same. They're the same. You wouldn't find a 6B or a natural gas. I don't have a natural gas setup. I just changed it to natural gas this morning. I'm not interested in looking at the pound anymore. It doesn't take enough trades. I mean, you could make it 6C, or you could make it crude, or any other instrument of your that may be of interest to you. I'm just tired of watching the pound take 2 trades a week. I do not believe we're going to have any news today. No. Chicago September Fed National Activity Index, and we have new home sales at 10. Nothing of any interest. No earnings today of any interest. Thursday is our day. Tomorrow we have Acme, Juniper, Texas Instruments, nothing. We have nothing tomorrow of any interest. Microsoft, we have Microsoft. That'll be interesting. Yeah, it's the same. They're the same. And then on Wednesday, Amgen, eBay. Thursday's the day, guys. Thursday's the day. Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Flextronics, Starbucks, who cares? Twitter, who cares? Thursday's the day. Here's natural gas, the high of the day. Should come up here. I would assume it's going to come get this 59. Small net buyers, but it's going to, at some point, we're going to come get that unfinished auction. Here's crude, 1,800 buyers. We have an unfinished auction at 39.19. Nothing on the bottom. ES, nothing. YM I rarely watch on order flow. There's just not enough in it. Shorts, probably back down into the low and then down again. Yeah, so we'll probably do education in another week. Speaking of education, and honestly would have no interest in watching his child pornography videos. There are some things you can't unsee. No, they've released them in Australia. The media here won't release it. New York Times did an article. That's an interesting question, Steve. I don't know. That's a great question. Double standard? I don't know. What Steve was asking was, how come the Me Too movement hasn't been all over it? Guys, we're pretty close to that first target, but we're really into a lot of resistance up here. You guys may elect to take some ticks if you want on your bot. We're pushing the high. We got one buyer here at the day high, 8.8. No. Hunter Biden's partner? No. No, the number one Google search over the past 3 days is, can I change my vote? Mostly in Pennsylvania. Well, I mean, his comments about the oil industry, mostly in Pennsylvania, New Mexico, Wisconsin, and one other state. I forgot the state. But back to the point it's going to be viciously volatile. 4 years ago, it was, Texas. Okay. 4 years ago, it was utterly insane, utterly crazy election night. I mean, the swings are enormous. Some states you can, Craig. Some states allow for you to change your vote. Others do not. We're going to pull back on gold. We're going to pull back. At least what it looks like is to 063. So again, this came a couple ticks from target here. We do have 1,100 buyers. We're losing some in this candle. NASDAQ's a long, fellas. 65. 65, NASDAQ long. It's trying to turn up. There's just no oomph. I have nothing in silver. NASDAQ is quiet. The only long I'd be interested in NASDAQ is above 65 or above 64.75, so 65. We've pulled overhead resistance lower. I'm not sure, Kate, where I read it. I don't have a link now. No, this whole election thing has bored me to death for 2 months. My Unorenco did not take a long. Gold is holding 5-minute support. If that breaks, it could be a jailbreak back down to 049. There's your NASDAQ, guys, 65, if you like it. NASDAQ has to pop through 70. The only thing holding us here is that ledge right here in the profile. I don't think it's going to hold. Told you. Didn't think it was going to hold. So I told you guys you can take some ticks off. We were pushing resistance. I can see it. You're pushing the day high. NASDAQ got up to 68 quarter from 65. That should work higher. It's got to get through 70. Bear with me 1 second, fellas. I have to take a trade. If anybody is interested in ES, it's already popped, but it's an interesting trade here at 16. Your stop can be 1475. House Advisor Kudlow says the talks have certainly slowed down. Committee chairs on both sides have been meeting. Three minutes going to short on the bot at the close of the candle. Kudlow says we're still close to a deal, but there still remains important policy issues that separate us. He does not want to be optimistic or pessimistic. Who's ACB? Oh, she's a lock. Into the Supreme Court? She'll be sworn in this week. She'll be sworn in this week. I think the only Republican dissenter is what's her name in Maine or wherever the heck she's from. She gets sworn in today. Yeah, she'll be sworn in. I know it's this week. She's a lock. Murkowski, yeah. Where is she from? Is she from Maine? No, I think it's Murkowski, not Collins. No, not Alaska. No, it's not the woman from Alaska. It's not the senator from Alaska. Maine. It's the one from Maine, whoever that is. I can't think of her name. Susan Collins. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Murkowski already said she would vote yes. Now she just hates Trump. And Trump won't support her in her re-election. Fellas, it's a fairly slow Monday morning so far. There, few bot trades. Silver is actually trying to come down as well. I thought she was incredible. Well, mine, Dirk, is starting to roll. Here's my silver. Silver starting to roll. I mean, gold doesn't want to die. Got a heck of a, decent delta on it. We're right back into a buy zone on gold, guys. We're down at near the bottom. It's relatively. If this breaks down below 2.4, it could come all the way down to 99 on gold, below 2.4. If it comes below 2.4, it should get both those targets. I'm just looking at 5-minute support, fellas. See it hit 2.4? It's got to break 2.4. I would be hard-pressed to believe we're going to get this close to VWAP and not tag VWAP. Come on, break. One tick from target, guys. One tick from target. So on the previous trade, we hit target and it didn't fill. On this trade, we're now one tick from target. I would expect it to get it and come down further. But if you want ticks, you guys got 450, 480 bucks in this trade right now. 510, hit target. Did it again. Hit target to the stinking tick and didn't fill me. Good Lord. Seriously. Absolute peeve of mine. Now you're filled. There you go. Nice job, Tony. Mine hasn't taken a trade, Don, on silver. I haven't had a trade. I don't know what time 2100 hours is, but that's a failure. I wouldn't be trading then. This is 2100 hours also. I haven't had a trade yet. 9 o'clock. Thank you. I'd have to ask Dana, who was in the military. Dana knows all that stuff. Arkindo is cautious, whoever he is, cautiously optimistic. Recovery will continue for the oil markets. If we get a Trump presidency, you probably want to be long crude. Thank you, Steve. I did see your email. Yes, thank you. I'd also put an email into Joel, which he probably hasn't seen yet. I still like NASDAQ long, guys, down here. I think we need a fairly decent retracement before it tries to sell off. Out on the runner again in gold. Kind of an trade so far. We're making some money, but ugh. Anybody take my ES trade? Got a nice trade up to 22. Okay. $90.91. Okay. Couple minutes, guys. Couple minutes. Gold doesn't know what it wants to do. Silver is basically flat as well. NASDAQ's getting a bid. Guys, let's see here. I turned on my ES on the 15-minute. Oh, not long, Reg. It's not. Order flow is no trick. I would assume we're going to try to work. This is a pretty thin area in the profile. I would assume we're going to work back up to 89, though. I will probably close out this silver trade. I just don't like the metals, guys. They're sideways. Gold is hanging it. Gold is hanging in there. You have a long in gold if anybody wants it. Long in gold. Long in gold. Gold just went long. Long in gold, fellas. All right. Couple minutes. Got a couple minutes here, guys. Let's see here. YM and the hourly is trying to turn up. Pretty stiff negative delta for the YM, guys. 2,400 contracts. That's a lot. Under a minute, guys. Well, we're there. NASDAQ's going to VWAP. Going to VWAP. $15-minute is trying to turn up on the ES, but it will obviously not go long until 9:45, right? I'm frozen here. My order flow's locked. Good old ninja. There we go. Went to VWAP. Where they go, right? We started out down at the 68. Got buyers. Got buyers. GC is trying. I think GC is going to go as well. GC is holding, as long as GC holds support at about 05 area, GC is a good trade. It's long on the 377. Silver just hit first target on the Unirenko and didn't fill me. No, it missed by a tick. All right, NASDAQ's long on the Unirenko. There's silver. NASDAQ's long on the Unirenko. NASDAQ's long on the Unirenko. I must not have Auto Trail on. Looks like we're going to 18. Jeez. So gold is still being a pain in the neck. The bigger time frames are up as well. 15-minute is long on gold. 3-minute is turned up as well. I mean, I would expect this to go get target. Up on, we got a green delta. Gold just doesn't want to do a damn thing. What'd they buy in this candle? $800 cars. $900 in a 5-minute bar. I'm going to take this silver trade off. It got first target only. Dollars hit VWAP and is starting to bid. You can take a NASDAQ long on a pullback. Never mind. Didn't get there. I was going to say right here off this stack buyer imbalance. So for those of you guys that want to see, this is going to be a thin trade now. Come on. So let me do this. Let's do 20 by 30. 3 contracts. Let's do stacked imbalances. We have volatility, guys. So I'm going to set it to trade on a stacked imbalance. I prefer the short. It may go long, but I prefer the short because we're trading up to the 68% and now up into here. Now, we'd have gotten another long on the stacked imbalance. We'd have had the long. I'll leave the short on. We'll catch a short. I still like gold. I still like gold. Hey, Greg. Yeah, it was at 91, 92. Here's natural gas. Yeah, we're trading up into the high of the day, which always is unnerving for me. Here's gold. Gold's going to go higher. Here's the extra slow, which is always a lot of fun to trade. Whatever you want it to be, Jim. Whatever you want it to be. If ES, here's what ES is. ES is farting around with this thin area. See how it's building up the profile? ES should move up into at least, I would think, 32. It should get that first target on the bot at 29.30 area. We have gone from a negative to a positive delta in the last two bars. It's trying to move higher, but it's going to have to fill in this profile. Here's NQ. See if we can get a retracement. They're buying the NASDAQ, guys. Good morning, Yannick. Out on silver. It's a big week, fellas, for earnings. Big week for earnings. Thursday's really our day. Got a new day high. It's always bullish, right? NASDAQ's got to work above this 45, goes to 74, but I'd like to see a pullback first. ES failed up at 927. I mean YM 927. Let me take a look at YM. Nothing. How about CL? I still have CL as a short. Nothing's changed. Target is 60. It's the NASDAQ show, guys. It's the NASDAQ show. That's it. More stack buyers. We're not even going to get a pullback yet. If we were running stack buyer and balance long, we'd be way up on this. I just don't like buying in the areas that we're in. Pushing the day high. It's going to 74. I need a pullback if I'm even going to consider buying this. You could take a long on a pullback off 52 for a scalp. Right there, 52, maybe 50. There you go. There's your long scalp with a trade back up to 59.60. This area should hold. God, I hate this beeping. Come on, NASDAQ. Let's go. So it just took a short on the auto execute. It's a sim trade. Target filled. 1. Anybody think they could have caught that manually? Good luck. Runners up 170, 190. That's the auto execute. This is the perfect time to use it. Those of you guys that have it. Morning, Magnus. Very unusual day today. One tick. One tick, Chuck. One tick. Gold is now rolling. And the ES didn't get to target and looks like it wants to roll. 15-minute on gold is still up. The small time frame stuff is just getting pushed around. That 377.
Order filled.
3 contracts, $690. Now what do you do? On the next candle is when I would want to take the trade, not in this current candle. If I were going to hit the auto execute again. YM's gotten beat to death. Gold is just slocking around. There is nothing in gold. So I would hit it again short. I'm up at the 95% area daily distribution. This may go back up. Look at the delta. We have 1,000 buyers. But I'm not interested in trying to trade back into the high of the day here. Okay, filled another short on the auto execute. I've got a small 20 tick stop. That's it. So I'm not using a real stop, just an arbitrary 20 tick stop and an arbitrary 30 tick target. Target filled. 2 trades, 3 contracts each, sim trades, $1,140. Okay. Those of you guys that are in the order flow group, some of you have it, some of you do not. Now I wait for the next trade. Now, theoretically, I would still be short, right? But I have to wait for the next candle. No, I'm not testing it Because there's a lot of traders that don't have it, Chuck. What good would it be? I guarantee you could never catch the entries. They're too fast. This catches it on the fifth tick. 4 imbalances on the fifth tick, it's in. So, again, I have people that are interested in seeing it. I have one specific trial that came in for it, so I'm showing it at the open, which is the most opportunistic time to trade it when there's volatility, right? So, for instance, if we were to trade this every morning at the open, for the first 20 or 30 minutes, it makes sense. But after that, I can see the setups before this will catch it. Once the market slows down, I see it before. Dirk, what's there to elaborate on? It's auto execution on the order flow, right? So once you turn it on, either for a stack buyer imbalance long or a stack seller imbalance short, it will auto execute the trade on the fifth trade. Again, I'm leery of longs. We've made a big push up. So, Stefano, you would have to buy the order flow, and then you would have to also purchase the auto aspect of it. So the auto aspect is an add-on to my order flow. So you contacted Joel, and Joel referred you to me. This was built for me. Joel did the order flow about 4 years ago, and the auto execute about the same. This was built for me. So we could do a stack buyer imbalance in here. We're going to get a trade, but I can see the trade anyways. I'm not crazy about the up move here, guys. We're not really adding a ton of buying in here. I think we're longs, but it's going to waffle. The auto execute is great for momentum moves up and down. See what I'm saying about this up move? I am preferring the shorts. The CS is still just waffling nowhere. I mean, it gave us a few ticks. The 15-minute has never turned up on the ES. That's why I like the 15-minute on the ES. So the next candle on a 5-minute is in 9 seconds. So I could set them both, and it'll take whatever hits first. If it's a long, it's going to take a long. If it's a short, it's going to take the short. So it took the long. Cancels out the other. It's almost like an OCO. I don't like that unfinished auction down there on the bottom of the candle. And it's a small 20-tick stop is all I'm using. Again, my preference is still to the short side. We're trading around overbought. I will this afternoon, Stefano. So we're trading around overbought, guys. Not that this can't push higher, but we're trading around seeing it just went. So, again, I trade them on new candles because that's where the momentum comes in. 20-tick stop is pretty small in this volatility. I have nothing in the ES. Gold, I have nothing. Crude, I've got doodly. It's coming down. I have a short in crude. I gave it to you guys. I gave it to you guys at 90.91 with a target at 60. Crude is now at 75. If anybody took that trade. Let's take a look at something slower. Here's gold. Look at this ugly chart. My money's on shorts. Here, 046. My money would be on shorts. Ha, thank you, Don. What's going on, Big D? Gold has no direction. Look at this small area it's trading in. This is from an order flow standpoint, you may get a push up back into 7.5. If this breaks below 4.6, so 4.5 short, I would take that short, and I'm targeting here. But it's got nowhere to go. I'm waiting for NASDAQ. I've been telling you that forever. All right, ES is making a push back up on this Unirenco. Cannot get any movement out of the YM whatsoever. Can get no movement out of this thing. Off the bottom, it's bounced a bit. So there's your gold. Now gold is getting bid. I don't know why the dollar is. I have no idea. I don't have any idea why the dollar is in shorts, fellas. Or at least threatening to pull back here. All right, so let's go back to the NASDAQ one more time. All right. I still have it on a short stack, seller imbalance. We now have 1,300 net buyers, but we need a pullback. Ideally, on the next candle, not this candle. Minute and 17. Why wouldn't I want to short it here? Well, I don't want to short it back into all these buyers on the move up, right? Capiche? Come on, ES. Get your butt up there. Follow the NASDAQ. YM is actually a long on a 5-minute. You're long on the YM. 840, 841, 842, 838. You're long on the YM. We're going to, and I have a target 878. All right, guys, let me see where I'm at on this candle. 20 seconds left. So just ahead of the next candle. Well, they were there then. So let's see if we get it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. There's no harm, no foul. We're pushing the high of the day. You really want to take a long up here? I mean, maybe for 10 ticks, 20 ticks, and you'd have had 20 ticks. But this is a low probability trade, breakout trades. I told you we were going to 74. We went there. Now we can move up to 82.50. But I'd rather buy it on a pullback, not the momentum move into the high of the day. So here's we didn't get a stack seller imbalance. There we go. We got it now. Again, 20 tick stop is awfully small in this volatility. Now you guys can always close the trade by hitting close all. If you don't want the trade, just hit it close. Buyers here held it in the previous candle, these two dots. That's two stack buyers. It should work back down to the 95, right where my target is at 57. That's what it should do. And it didn't. It's pinging again. Buyers are still in here. Look at the color of your candle. It's green. But again, I would have no interest in buying this up here at the high of the day. And I can always close the trade. If I don't like the trade, just hit close. Gave me ticks. I didn't close it. I have a target, 30 ticks. That's okay, Patrick. Look at this. So let me explain this. Let me close that. You see these two. these two yellow boxes, guys, that's the 3-tick range in the candle where the most volume is. That's your 3-tick range where the most amount of volume is. Right? I'll bring that up later. Come on, ES, go get a target. Let's go. God, this thing, ES is so stinking slow, fellas. It's annoying. There we go. ES is pushing up. YM's a nice trade, guys. Stop on the YM, 800. First target I have is that 78 area that I gave you. 75. Call it 75 on the YM. YM's going to go, guys. It's just a function of time. It needs a retracement. Silver is holding up well. Gold is just chopping around to higher with net buyers. Dollar index is sitting. GC should retrace back a bit. YM should get you to that 75 first target if anybody's long YM. This is inaccurate here. There you go. 75 is first target from that 40, 38, 40, 41, 42 area. And then it's freebies. Just can't make, nothing is other than the NASDAQ. Short is what it looks like. New home sales at 10 o'clock. Euro May, it's nothing. Natural gas quiet. Crude still hasn't come to my target at 60. It got down to 69. We could come lower than that, but the trade was at 91. Nobody took it. $9.59. New home sales is a miss. It's a miss. Slight miss. It's a slight miss. ES could pull back to 2021 area. That's the long on a pullback. If you can get 2021. NASDAQ's a short. Let me see here, NQ. The auto execute is short on the NASDAQ, guys. Hang on, I'll move it in a second. Let me just. It took an auto execute short. This stupid SYM. We're coming down eventually in the NASDAQ's setting up to roll. See how we're pulling the 68 higher? We're going to roll. It's going to roll. Gold is pumping up the jam. Let me see, NQ. We're going to come lower in the NASDAQ. Dollar starting to bid again. We're way overbought on a 5-minute, fellas. YM is oversold. Next level up is that 82, 83, which we got. Above that, guys, we go to 710. 710. ES has this double top here that it's got to pop through right here. 27 quarter. If ES can, there we go. ES is going to go. There goes your YM. Come on, ES, go get that target. So annoying. So annoying to see ES. Come on, 2 ticks, 3 ticks. Come on, buddy. 710's your target on NASDAQ. 75 first target on YM. All right, guys. I'm going to trade the 15 range for a trade or two. Here's a small time frame 15 range on the small settings. On the small settings, 5 and 10 range. NASDAQ is literally 1 tick. There it is, first tick. So the ES has gotten first target finally at 3 3/4 handles. And now should move up. I don't think we're getting 34.50. Maybe 32.5 is going to be resistance. No trades on the NASDAQ. I have no trades on the NASDAQ. This 15 range is going to short. It's so dang slow. Now again, guys, this is a very small time frame with very small, and it only sold 1. You dirty dog. Why? What order, Bill? Somebody said they would retaliate further if the U.S. does not withdraw their actions. I didn't hear who or what it was. Look at that. That'd have been a great trade on 3 contracts, guys. NASDAQ's way overbought up here. YM guys got to 66. ES is going to pull back and take it out on the pullback on the ES. Look at this NASDAQ trade. I had one contract on. One. Thousand sellers in this candle. 1,000. NASDAQ, I mean ES on a pullback to 21, I still like. NASDAQ, I've got nothing on either of my charts other than the small time for that 15 range, which may give us a trade. It's turning up. No, it's not. Gold and silver especially. Silver took me out at that break even +1 and has gone to second target. Dollar index still bid. NASDAQ's going to try to pop up. Okay. Long on this 15 range. Not a lot of oomph anymore in the NASDAQ. 1009, we've slowed down considerably. Nope. Come on, NASDAQ. So you guys can see the volatility has increased. That first target is out at almost 6 handles. The volatility has picked up in the NASDAQ. Come on, pop it here. So for my newer members, this is not a chart for the faint of heart. It's very small time frame, and in volatile, you could have the right trade. It's just such a very small time frame that this will take 100 trades if you let it. Now it wants to short. Now it's going to short. You can see the NASDAQ has slowed down. No real direction in the NASDAQ. Now it took the short. There's no direction in the NASDAQ. I prefer the long still. I would get away from this chart. We're goofing around. We're at that time of the day where the NASDAQ is now looking for direction. First move was up, obviously. Come on, you dog. Let's go. Down. Come on. And this is why I don't trade this chart that often, guys. But we're not getting any trades on the bigger time frames. It's trying to break lower. It's just sitting on support on a small moving average. If it breaks here, it's coming straight down. It's just sitting on support. Your long CL at 75. Okay. There's first target. And it's gone break even +1. Still sitting on support. IFCL is a freaking massive short. Greg, I don't know if you were in the room, but I gave it as a 91 short with a 60 target. I don't see a long. I do not see crude long. But, hey, if it breaks 64, it's going to get slaughtered. Slaughtered. NASDAQ should come back to 45 area, which is what it looks like for the bounce. Dallas Fed manufacturing activity. $377 tick is starting to roll over on the NASDAQ. On crude. Jeepers criminy. On gold. Natural gas has got a nice pullback. No, it took me out. It's trying to turn up here. I went back to the bigger time frames, 1 and 3 minutes. But I see it not as longs. They're selling them all back over the last 15 minutes. I don't think you want to use the small time frames if you guys are playing with this, guys. This is not a chart that you newer guys should be playing with until you're comfortable with the bot. It's going to take the long right here. Your filters are all green. It's going to take the long right here. Not that it can't go 5 points. There's first target again. Let me see if I can get this out of here. See if we can get 13. I'm break even +1, right? The bot goes break even +1. That's the setting I'm using. If it goes up and gets that other, second target or that last target, it'll be a nice trade. It's $260 out. The 377 tick in gold looks like it wants to roll. I'm not sure that's a great trade. The 15 could come back to 6. You can see how slow gold is. Dollar is bid. I don't know why gold is hanging out. On the 15-minute, this is the natural gas chart I built. Natural gas is short on the 15, or is going to roll over on the 15. Now, obviously, it won't roll till at least 10:30, right? And if I look at order flow, there just aren't that many trades today. Here is gold. Gold's coming down. Gold's got a target down here, guys, at 049. We do have a pretty stiff positive delta but I think we're going to roll over here on gold. Yeah. I should have been short gold at 7.7. You can still short gold. Anybody wants a gold short, you can short gold. Guys, hang on one second. I've got a trial that so gold shorted on the small 377, guys, and I'm not a fan of it. Of the 377. The 3-minute is still up. Look at this gold. What a piece of work. It's still coming down. I'm going to shut the 377 off, guys, and let the 15-minute and 3-minute trade. I'm going to shut this off. The small time frame is just getting whipped around. God dang. Why it should have come down. I'm shutting this off. 377 tick. I'm not interested in trading gold on the small time frame. It's a bad stop where I'm at. If anything, it has to be at 098. I'm not. It's out. I'm shutting this off. You guys should be smart enough to recognize when you have a particular time frame that is not working, and that 377 is getting whipped around. The 15-minute, if you have a 15-minute bot, look at the 15-minute on gold. Where's our trend? What's the trend? It's up. Look at your 3-minute. It's up. NASDAQ's down to 115 net buyers. Is that right? No, can't be. Yeah, it is. They sold 668. You won't take any trades. You'll take no trades. You can. It won't take many. Again, I don't really care about the 377 tick, Chuck. I'm more interested in the bigger time frames. They take fewer trades. They are much higher probability. So again, here's the pros and cons. The pros are the bigger time frame, like the ES, say on the 15-minute, will take fewer trades, right? And they are generally higher probability because you're trading within the trend. You may get pullback before it goes to target, but you're not going to get whipped around. NASDAQ's coming down, short NASDAQ. You're not going to get whipped around, short NASDAQ. You're not going to get whipped around like you do on the 377. Now look at the 377 is rolling again on gold. It's just chopping around. So that small time frame, traders oftentimes get confused, right? I would rather lose $200 than $600. That's great in theory, but if you lose $200 12 times, you still lost a ton of money. NASDAQ shorting. NASDAQ shorts, guys. And gold wants to pull back again. It's already back through the original entry. The entry was at 086. It's already below that. See what I'm saying? It just requires a much bigger stop or an added filter. So given all of this trading back and forth, I'll show you where we are on the day. I'm down small on the day. I'm down $387. And we had a huge losing trade in gold. So right now I'm down 387. I lost 1,800 on one silver trade. Greg, I'd be up and I'd be done. I'd shut these things off. We're short NASDAQ if anybody was listening. Target one on NASDAQ is, I'm going to give you a hell of a target. 630. I think we're coming down there. 630. We're at 657, 630. Final target could be 560. No prospects for a deal in the near future. Watch out below. Watch out below. You hit your goal? Nice job. Nice job, Yannick. Yeah, that's the misguided belief, Greg. 630, guys, is what I see as first target. 630. See this thin area in the profile? We should slide down this like a hot knife through butter. We got block sellers here. 62 cars were just sold here at 50. Trade them as you see fit, but I have a target at 630. 630. First. This is a monster. It's a beast. Come on, there's 37. Let's go. 30. I said 30. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. $15 minutes, Yannick. As you should well know, you've been in the room long enough. 15 minutes. 62 buyers here. 630 for target one. 630. I mean, we're damn close here, fellas. Come on. Come on. Oh, got 31 quarter. Come on, give me the last 5 ticks. See the bid at 30? Got 51 contract buyer at 30. Where'd we get? 31. I'm off by 4 ticks at the moment. Guys, this has to be almost a 25 handle trade for you. I wouldn't get too goofy about 4 ticks. You guys want to take some risk off? Take some risk off. And that gold short went to target. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, guys. Fellas, here's my final target on the ES. I mean, NASDAQ. 560. 560. Nice job, Dijon. 560. Here comes my 30. Hit it. Come on. Boom. 30. Booyah. Booyah. Something filled. ES is short on the robot, on the Uniranko. We're coming to VWAP, guys, at 16, but my final target is 560. 560. Come on, ES, let's go. Delta's increasing. Sold everything back, and we're now at 1,500 plus negative delta. 560 is final target as I see it. What we need is a 5-minute close below 18, maybe below 19. I need a 5-minute close below 19. We should hit VWAP, right? My order flow guys should see this. Getting a small bounce in the ES. Same with the NASDAQ. There is no reason to be long. None. I need a 5-minute close below about 19, guys. We stopped at 20. 5-minute candle close below 19, and I think that's all she's going to write. I think you can cue the fat lady. Come on. Uh-oh. There's first target ES. Uh-oh. Say goodbye. Cry me a river. NASDAQ. 560, guys. 560. Unfinished auction. It'll probably pop back up to 22, 23 to get that auction. You guys good? You guys good, fellas? As long as this candle here closes below 19, we are gooder than good. Hang on, fellas. Kudlow continuing to do the round, saying stimulus talks are still good for today. Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index. Guys, give me 1 minute. I'm just going to go get coffee. All right, guys, both targets hit on the extra slow, which now makes me green on the day, gentlemen. Started out with a ugly trade on silver. Something about a sticking point in the Democrats' relief proposal. 560, final target, guys. You're almost home. Anybody have a runner going? I hope so. Anybody have a runner going? Okay, Rich. Okay, Greg. All right, guys. We're coming to 560, guys. 2,500 sellers. I wouldn't be looking to be long. Gold is good. Yeah, of course, gold is going to VWAP. Look at the dollar. There's no deal. Gold played around all day. My 3-minute is rolling over. You know, NASDAQ may bounce, but I said 560. We got to 88. Not done that. That's just a bounce. You're welcome, Reg. That's funny. Come on now. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. 560. Come on. Let's go. Give me the 560. NASDAQ's not in a trade on the bot, George. There's not a trade. I'm giving you order flow trades. Come on. Break that bottom. Break that bottom. Sell them. Guys, 2,400 sellers. Woo! 560. See this thin area in the profile? We're going to drill on down. We're working through this support zone from buyers on the way up. Come on, drill it down. Kudlow expects a very strong GDP number on Thursday. Good for him. Guys, if we get that 560 target, it's 100 handles. It's 100 handles. It's a 100 handle move. It's a 100 handle move. Why did my bot not short? Oh, I know. Come on. We came to 583. I want 560. Gold. I still don't have gold doing much. Let them retrace it, fellas. Guys, if ES blows this bottom at 3405, pay attention. If ES blows 3400, it could get dicey quickly. Guys, we don't want a long here. This may pop back to VWAP, but it's going to fail. Look at our delta. We're going to fail at or near VWAP, even if it gets there. I will look to take a long down around my target at 560. I am not interested in you can take a trade here, guys, on the 600, the whole number, if you want. Not for me. I want it further down because your stop has to be maybe 525, 530. Not gonna that wouldn't be prudent. If that ES loses 3,400, watch out, Batman. Let them chug around. Let them chug around. Gold's now wanting to go long, guys. I think that 377, I'm going to turn it back on and let gold take another long on the small time frame. My 3-minute and 15-minute are still green. If it takes the trade, I'll let it. Lost it. It needs about 3 ticks. NASDAQ's bouncing back into VWAP. Sitting. Nope, didn't go. Didn't go yet. That's fine. It's holding the 600 level, guys, but I just think there's too many sellers in here to hold that long. I just think it's going to get flat busted. And if they buy him back, it'll be once they get rid of Europe and they'll try to leave the shorts down in the bottom. Just a guess. And the 377 is trying again. Lost it again. Will not take a trade now. Come on, NASDAQ. You know you're going to get crunched. 560 is where we're coming to 560. I don't care what it does in here. It's coming to 560. If you are short from that area where I gave it up top, 60 to 65, you have no reason to be out of this trade. Unless you want to be, but I mean, 60 handles is a nice trade, but I still think we're coming down. YM looks like it's trying to get jiggy with it. Dollar index chopping around, pulling back again, probably into VWAP. I have no bot trades. I have nothing to show you folks. The ES was the last trade. Looks to me like they're treading water. We're up to almost 3,000 sellers, guys. You cannot go long with 3,000 sellers. Bounce. It's trying to hold 600. It's trying to hold the whole number is all it's trying to do. For my order flow, guys, we're in the middle of nowhere. You could scalp this maybe back to 14, but not for me. I would have to at least see this. For me, I would have to at least see 69 hit, 70 area. And then I would consider a long. Go ahead and bounce it. Do what you're going to do. By the way, my crude target was hit. I gave that on based on order flow at 91 short up here. 60 was my target. We came down to 40, 39, 38. My target was 60. Crude target was hit. NASDAQ first target has been hit. We've not gotten to my final. Watch the ES. If the CS loses 07, it could get dicey. I have it off, Chuck. I turned it off when the Unirenko fired. I didn't turn it back on. But yes, it would have. You're going to get your targets. ES is holding infinitesimal support at 08. If the ES breaks 7.5, it's coming right back down into 5, it looks like. And if we lose 3,400, I would take that final target and just get it the heck out of Dodge. Because I think it's going to get crushed. Here's natural gas. Natural gas is a short at 46 down to 29. You can almost short it here, but it's sitting on VWAP with a positive delta. It's not a trade I want, but I would short maybe 46 down to 29.30. First target. Let me see this gold. I don't think gold has tagged VWAP yet today. So the 15-minute, guys, which I shut off when my Unirenko took a trade, would be short. And first target is the bottom, 05 quarter. I'm not in this trade. But if you're trading the 15-minute, you very well may be. I think you'll get that target and then some. It's short at what, 10? 975? Yeah. Consolidation. Okay, here we come. ES got first target, Chuck. You should have your first target. Say goodbye, cry me a river. 560, fellas. 560. 560 target. 560 target. We should come down to 70, right, which is the 68%. And you're going to get second target. So again, guys, had I turned this back on, which I turned it off when I took the Unirenko trade, you'd have 18 ticks on your first target, right, which is 4.5 points, and 36. This is 9 handles down here at 3,475. That is a big trade. That's why I like the 15 minutes. And here comes 70. Guys, we're within 10 handles of getting my final target, if anybody is still holding. And I think it's just a function of time. We're at 3,700 net sellers. There's no reason to take longs. There's, uh-oh. Come on, go get me 60. Be a pal. Maybe 61. Got to come through this green zone, 66 quarter. Uh-oh. Here comes 60. 100 handles, fellas, for those of you guys that were uber patient. We got the 62 and change. I mean, that is not a bad trade. Come on, give me 60. Give me 60. Come on, be a pal. Booyah! 60. 100 handles plus. 60. ES broke 3,400. It better try to hold 3,400 or this gets really brutal. Anybody hold that, guys? All the way to 60? Thank you, Stephen. Anybody hold that to 60? All right, Brian. Anybody else hold it to 60? 100 plus handles, guys. $2,000 on the runner. Nice job, James. Nice job, Richard. Held to 59. Nice. Get that extra 20 bucks, Kristen. That came down a little further, guys. I think that we can almost start thinking longs down here, right? Thank you, Rich. I think we almost start thinking a long down here now. We're way oversold. I'm not ready to take longs yet, but we're kind of there, right? We're down at the 95, right? We don't want to be short now down here. That ES on the 15-minute was a monster. And for what it's worth, let me explain how I got goofed. This took the trade. That took that trade. But at the time, I had this dumb one on when I went to get coffee. So they canceled each other out. Right? I didn't turn that off. So consequently, I don't get 24 handles on the bot. But the bot went 24 handles, fellas. Let's see. Nice job, Chuck. Nice. Up $1,743, including, listen, I had an $1,800 loss or whatever it was on silver. Yep. And I'm still green. You just made 3 days, your goal for 3 days, Greg. Nice job. Nice job. Guys, again, with the bots, and especially for my trials, who are here watching it for the first time, there's not a lot of bot trades again today. That's why I offer my order flow suggestions for those that want to take advantage of them. Nice job, Don. You made $1,830. Nice job. But the bots will take losing trades. And this is, for my members. The bots will take losing trades. I had a big loss on that silver short. And I'm still up $440. And I did not get that 15-minute bot trade on the ES because I had shut it off because the Unirenko was already in a short. And then because I had the small time frame 15 range on, it canceled out my 3-minute short, which is another 24 handles. Even at first target, 24 handles is what? $480 twice? There's $800 there. The ES trade. I mean, I easily should be up 16, 17, 1800 bucks, even with a losing trade. Stupido. I don't know why we're not bouncing down here, but we could come down now and tag 550. So let's do this. Here is a daily chart. This is just basically a naked chart. We know we got nothing on the hourlies. The YM has never been long to look at this hourly candle. If that's not a bearish engulfing candle on the 60-minute, I don't know what was. But look at this move up on this candle from 575. Could have ridden that pony to 694 on the hourly. But let's take a look at this on a daily basis. We're coming into support, guys, on a daily. Right? We diagrammed this last week. I mean, we should find support. So this down here, this green dotted, that's a 100-period moving average on the daily. This one here, that's the light blue dotted, is a 20. And this thick one, solid line, that's a 50. So we're coming into an area of support, right? I do think we're going to tag 527, a little bit lower. That's a daily now. Here is the bot. Disregard here. That's where I'm getting this mess. Disregard this. This is the daily. So the bot on the daily still hasn't rolled over. Right? This is our daily time frame. We've not rolled over into a short on a daily yet. Right? But we're coming down close to 500. We're going to get a bounce down there. I am not ready to take a long here yet, guys. Not yet. If the ES can crawl back above 01, you got a target at 05 quarter. Oh, see it lost it. Lost 50. Here we are into the low of the day at 543. Guys, I didn't have a target below 60. So if you're still running them, God bless you. I would say you can start targeting 525, 500 to 525. Ooh, wee, she getting killed. 5,000 sellers. And I have no bots that are gonna what a piss poor. Stupid. Leaving that. I went to get coffee and I left that damn 15 range on, guys. Wiped out my 3-minute trade. It canceled it out. Yeah, we're done. NASDAQ comes below 511. It could get whack-a-mole further. So we're oversold. We're getting ready for a bounce. Now we could, again, in a market like this, with this volatility, we could bounce 20, 30 handles quick, but we're oversold. But we don't have a trade yet. I'm waiting, guys. I mean, not necessarily, but that wouldn't hurt, Chuck. I mean, this ES, guys, looks like it wants that third target on the bottom, which is 84 ticks. It's 21 handles. I think we're coming down here to get it. 5,400 and climbing. All right, guys. Let's see if on the next candle we may. Nope. We're pulling the 95 down. We're getting ready to slingshot long. I just don't have an entry yet. We're just getting brutalized. Let them sell them. Gold is coming down too. They're starting to sell everything. Look at the dollar index now, strongly bid. They're selling everything. NASDAQ's wanting to come down to that final target, which is 84 handles. So again, for my trials and for the video later, let me explain why I'm not in this trade. When the robot takes a trade, if a robot takes a trade in opposite of that, which mine did on this stupid 15 range, it canceled out this trade. That's why I shut them off. I'm trading multiple time frames on instruments. I shut them off. This is a monster beast. All right, let's take a look at that daily chart again, guys. Here's the daily. Let me get rid of this. Consequently, I should be up to 2,500 or better, and I am not. But be that as it may. Guys, I had a target at 60, not down here at 508. If I'd have looked at the daily, I would have given you a bigger target. We're going to bounce here. We're going to bounce off this 50 period. At least we dang well better, or else this is going to get seriously ugly. We could come down into this support zone at 470. Silver's now rolling over on this dollar strength. So far, fellas, there is no short covering whatsoever. You got 25 minutes left in the European session. And if they're going to rack it against them, it's going to be when Europe is closed. So we're holding some daily support. Gold is below 1,900. I've lost data. Guys, can you hear me okay? Sound check. Sound check. Okay. Hang on, guys. 16. It's getting pulled down quickly. There we go. Boom. Now, we're not going far on 250 buyers, guys. Right back into resistance is all it did. But we got a shot. You'll notice where I didn't get data, I have nothing in my order flow. So I don't know where we have imbalances. Good old Ninja. Lost it again, right off resistance. We're way oversold on a 5-minute. We need a bounce. ES nowhere near 3,400. Crude got dumped. Gold got dumped. Dollars bid. Euro has been short. Natural gas looks like it's wanting to roll over. I'm going to be unaffected by any of this. Nice job, James. Did you get your all-time high today? Did you get your best day yet? I know what your best day was. Did you get close? Great day. Nice job. Nice job. Next candle, fellas, on a 5-minute in 3, 2, and 1. If we can come up through 17, that swing there, we got a shot at a little bit here. I like NASDAQ for a long. It's a bounce. It's not. It's got to come through that swing, that blue line, fellas. I mean, we could theoretically work back to 580. That's the next area that I have up. Come on, NASDAQ, let's go. If we pop this blue line, you can try a long. 17.5. You guys are inclined to try a long. You can do it with micros. Come on, there we go. Start working. So now we got to work all the way up through 30 area, 30, right? If we can get through that 30, this can work all the way back up to 80. We could go right back to 60 anyways. Now, again, I don't know that happens, but that's the trade. We're above the 95% area of daily distribution. Trend is clearly down, and we clearly have a dump truck full of sellers, right? But here we go. ES is a long back to 98 if you guys are interested in attempting an ES long. It has to come up through 94. So maybe a 94 quarter long. Gold bounced. Still a positive delta here. I would have loved to have seen 99. That would have been a nice entry for a trade. Here's your YM, same look. This may be an easier trade, a little bit cleaner a trade. Back up to 50, 49, 48. We have to come through, obviously, 21. But if you guys are inclined to take a trade, YM is a long. Okay, guys, hang on. Here goes YM. And here's NASDAQ trying. Let me go back to YM. ES, guys, you can try along if you want at 94. It's an order flow trade. Where the hell is my... There's ES. You can actually be long in here on the ES. Gold is longs 062. If anybody wants an MGC or a GC long, gold is long 06, 061, 062. There's gold. Should have been long down here if I were watching order flow. 038. I would have had it a lot sooner. But this is gold is long right in here. We're at the point of control. We should get to 7.2, and we got a shot at 9.7. Guys, give me 1 minute. All right, guys, I'm back. Gold, what are you going to do here? Big buyers in gold. Big buyers. Yeah, ES lost it, NQ lost it. Natural gas trying to roll over on the 15-minute. Anybody long gold? Now you're getting a little bit of traction. You can try 81, 82 as a target. Anybody long gold? Okay, 81, 82. Okay, James. Just a pain in the neck trade. I mean, there's a nice, what looks like a really nice bull flag on a 5-minute gold, and it just won't break up this trend line. See it? See this trend line? I mean, they have no compunction about buying them. They just won't move it anywhere. NASDAQ getting bazingaed again. Jeez, 475. Good Lord. Where's that other? Here's that daily chart. This is where we bounce. This is where we're going to bounce. Now, it may not bounce, 100 points, but we're into a, see the blue box, guys? We drew this last week. This is our area of support right here. 74, 75. That's where we bounced. I ain't bouncing much. What are we up to? 6,300 net sellers. Gold is hanging in there. If gold can pop above 6.8, it's good. If nothing changes, we could roll over on the daily, on the bot. This YM is still going to fixing to get hit. All right, guys. Some stack buyers in there, way off the bottom. I'm inclined to take a small long in here. Trying to get, we're back to 11.5. See if we can get a pop here. Right off this 94.56 area. Come on. It's got to push up through 97. There it goes. Come on, buddy. Nope. Come on. Got it. Lost it. It's trying to get it again. 97 is kind of the area you guys may. 98 now, if we can get above 98. We got buyers trying. Now we're just sitting. We got small buyers in here. Sellers, block sellers coming in again, 59, 52. It's trying to hold this area. Here we go. It's trying to hold this area, right? Next candle in a couple of minutes. You used your, nice job, Chad. You used the auto stack buyer imbalance. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see what we get on the next candle here, fellas. 50 seconds. We're back above 500. Now we go. So 97, 98 area. We should trade back up somewhere near 15, 16. There goes your gold, guys. It should get you close to 8.1 or 8.2 area. It's lowered molasses, but you're up to 1,700 net buyers on gold. And NASDAQ. It's got to hold now 95.50 for me, right in that area. It loses that, it's going to get dotted again. YM is going. I showed you the YM. YM should work up to about 94. ES should get to 96. And gold is doing its thing. Gold is getting stuffed here at 7.2. It should still get to that 8 area. There we go. Come on, it's got to break right here, the 68%. Should get close to that 8.1, 8.2, 8.3 area. It's in the money from the order flow trade I gave. It's in the money. NASDAQ is also trying. I mean, gold, guys, if it gets remotely, it could get to 11. We're coming up on 11:30. I realize Europe is open an hour later this week. I think. Do we change our clocks next Saturday, guys, or this coming weekend, Saturday, or is it the following week? This Saturday, okay. Yeah, no, it's not this week. Yeah, we do it on the 3rd, right, or the 1st, whatever that is. So yeah. So Sunday morning at 2 a.m. we set them back an hour. All right, guys, I'm going to try a NASDAQ long myself right here at 04, 4.5. I could be dead wrong, so trade your accounts as you see fit. But I'm long the NASDAQ. Again, I could be dead wrong, but that's what I see. It's trying like, see, now it lost it. It tried it. I mean, if this NASDAQ can get up through 22, this thing can go a long ways. The robot, something took a short. Robot. No. Come on, NASDAQ. And we're coming down. I mean, not really, but kind of. I won't hold this much longer. I'm out, fellas. I'm out. I'm out. I took a whack. It started to turn up, and I took a whack. Small loss. I still think this area has got to hold. Kate, as of this moment, up 725. And I would venture a guess that most of the members are up better than I am, but up 725. I can shut that off. It's not taking a trade. Yeah, that's just bots. I don't count order flow trades anywhere. That's just bots. And that's with silver taking, a big hit, $700. I mean, 17, 1800 on silver. Normally that silver bot is pretty good. I can't say that. Let me rephrase that. It did take a losing trade, but it also had a winning trade. So it wasn't quite. So I probably got back 900 of that 1800 on the long. It's still down in the day, but there was a second trade. I'm waiting for Buzz Lightyear to show up and scream into the abyss and beyond. This is just getting whacked. I missed a lot of trades. I mean, the hourlies are freaking awesome, man. I mean, again, you could take some heat, but again, talk about trend. I mean, here is the bot on the hourlies. Today is the 20. See, we wouldn't even have a trade. This has been short since the 20. I don't know, what's today, the 26th? Today's the 26th. This has been short since the 24th and the hourlies. Or the 23rd, Friday, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now you got this huge bounce back up. You'd have taken, some couple hundred ticks heat. But look, got a gap down last night, and it's just dropped. I mean, personally, I like the bigger time frames because it keeps me out of that back and forth stuff. The 377 tick on gold, the 15 range stuff. Not if you shut them off, Kate. Not if you shut them off. You got to pay attention, Kate. Once again, I shut this off. I shut this spot off on the 15-minute when my Unirenko took a short, right? So when this chart took a short and got targets, I shut this one off and forgot to turn it back on, or else I would have had this monster. That's 84 ticks to final target. That's 21 handles. That's $1,000 trade, $1,050. So you could, again, I missed the trade. I forgot to turn the bot back on. Right? That's on me. And then, as I explained earlier, and I'll explain it again, I was running this stupid little small time frame thing, okay, when this took a trade. Nope, not that one. Yeah, go ahead. When this took this trade. So this shorted, it's a beautiful short, and this infinitesimal time frame went long and took this short off. It's the same account, so it contradicted the bot, the bigger time frame. Otherwise, I would have had 24, 48, and 84 points handles on the NASDAQ. I mean, I should be up monstrously. But when I got up to get coffee, I forgot to turn the 15 range off, like a dodo. So the 15 range went long when the 3-minute was already short. It just canceled itself out. Guys, this is, let me just check volume. I still don't think this is a capitulation trade. I just don't. Look at the volume, fellas. Look at the volume. At 10:30, the New York Stock Exchange volume is 13% below our 3-month daily average. It's not capitulation, guys. It's just a low volume move. Nobody wants to be involved. Nobody wants anything to do right now with these markets. Nobody. But when this thing goes, it's going to go. Again, we can't even get a move off the bottom back up. We should get a move back up into 485. We can't even get a move off the bottom. It's trying. We're pulling resistance down. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it should be a lot better. I mean, I'll never complain, when we're green. I never. All right, fellas.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled.
I'm trading on my own here. I took another long. I took another whack at it.
Order submitted.
I'm trying to get to 80, 81 on my final target. I'm long from 66. I've taken 2 contracts off already. There it is. I'm out of my third. Out. Yeah, it was an order flow trade. This is, it's a pretty risky trade because I'm way oversold and I'm trying to trade it off the bottom. So I took I took my long right here off of these. Especially I have a lower low here by a few ticks, but this lower low by a tick or two is bullish. It didn't slam it again. And we should trade back up into the 95. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up for the day. I realize that Europe is open another hour, but as always, I have some one-on-ones and things to do today. Guys, y'all should have made a ton of money. You're welcome, Kate. I'm glad you came back. It'll make a little more sense to you. I know you missed a chunk of it last week. For my trial members, I thank you for sitting in today. If for my trials, I will be sending you out